Monday morning and I've been at work rearranging things and again going on this minimalising work here, not just in the cottage but on the veranda and on the veranda of the studio. So I've moved the set of shelves that were there. And you can see my style of painting. I only paint down as far as I have to go. So I will have to do a little bit of painting there and a little bit of filling. Anyway, we'll ignore that for the moment. So I've put another one of my beautiful paintings that I've had for years and years up there. I just think that's beautiful. I've piled a lot of the little ornaments onto the windowsill. That was going to be a temporary thing, but I kind of like the way they're all there, so I might just rearrange them a little bit. And anyway, I'll show you what I'm doing with the set of shelves, or the bookcase I suppose you could call it. So it is quite a battered old thing and not worth anything, to be honest. It would have had doors in it originally. What I've decided to do is put this garden wood preservative on the inside of it. So it's going to be this colour, because I have this big tin. And then I'm going to sand this and paint it then with some paint I have. I think it's like a sort of an ivory colour, I'm not too sure. I've got a couple of tins of paint that just small tins that I bought in the sale, and I think they're sort of a nice rosy ivory colour. So I'm going to paint the outside with that, and then hopefully find a place for it. Doesn't look too promising at the moment, but I visualise it's going to turn out rather nice. Now, I've been trying to find bits of wood, wood in the garden mainly to paint with this, because I don't want to be storing another tin. So I've got this little stool out. This little stool was made, it's just a very rough little handmade stool, and I've given it a new lease of life by giving it a coat of the wood preservative. So I'm quite happy with that. And I found a few other things on my general tidy up and minimalising efforts. It's a beautiful day, as you can see. The sun is shining, the sky is very blue. I think the temperature's gone right up, though I have my coat on and my woolly socks. But yeah, it looks a beautiful day, promising, good for working outdoors. So, I'll continue with my work. So I've been busy painting, and I'm beginning to like the look of it. Now, of course, I didn't deliberately choose these colours, they were just the colours I had available to me. But what I'm liking is that the interior, which is just done with the garden wood preservative, I'm definitely going to leave that at one coat, because it has a lovely sort of folk art sort of look to it. Where I've put on the satin wood, which is like a gloss, but it's not glossy, on here, I'm going to give that a second coat, simply because it's just going to make it more durable. Let me just go round here. I'm trying to work on the veranda just in case it does rain, although it's been a beautiful day so far. So there we go. That gives you an idea of how it's going to look. I think it's looking pretty nice. Yeah. It's amazing, what a little bit of paint or wood preservative can do, just to change almost the whole dynamics of something. So I'll just show you the two tins that I've used, and again, I didn't go and choose these. You could probably come up with your own colour combination. And don't be frightened as well of mixing paints, because I've done that over the past 17 years of frugality. So that's the satin wood, and then that's the other one that I've used, which is sage. It's called garden paint, but it's actually a wood preservative, you know. But like I say, use your own combinations for whatever you do, and use what you have, and don't be shy about mixing up paints. I've gone against the grain so many times in mixing paints, and whether it's worked or not, I have always been pleased with the result. So whether other people find it, you know, attractive or not is neither here nor there. I've been pleased with the result. Well, there we go. That's it thus far. Well, taking a little break from all the jobs I'm doing up at the cottage, I've come down to the pond. And look, frog spawn. Lots of splishing and splashing going on over there when I'm not looking. Isn't that amazing? Huge amount of frog spawn. Just masses of it. There you can see some of the movement of the frogs up there. And you might be able to hear some of them as well. Now you can see some of them there. Oh, bit of a tangle going on. Well, I'm making a vegetable soup, and this is the same recipe that's in the Bealtaine Cottage Guide to the Deep Midwinter, and I'm also making a nice wholemeal with pumpkin seed and milled flaxseed in it bread, which is in the oven. I'll be taking that out shortly. So, you know the vegetable soup recipe. I'm sure most of you have tried it out. Those of you who've got the book, it's very simple. And it takes 25 minutes just to do in my little pot, Instapot. And anyway, I'm just doing the potatoes. I'll be putting those in. Then I'll be adding some spinach, frozen spinach, and some lentils. Probably 3 or 4 big handfuls of the red lentils. That is these. Okay, so this is the bread just hot out of the oven. So I'm going to leave it in there for a short while so it builds up a little bit of moisture around the base, and then it comes away from the base and the sides a little bit easier. I'm just about to put my soup in now. I've put my spinach in on top, I put in the lentils, I put in the stock, and that will take 25 minutes. So I'm going to be putting that into the Instapot whilst the bread cools down. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this meal. It's been a little bit of an iffy day. Few things have happened which I'm not too happy about. I do feel like having a rant, but I'm going to refrain from that. I'll choose my moment to have a rant. I'm going to let things build up. And they are building up fast, I can tell you. They are building up fast. I've got my jacket drying just above the stove up there. I've got to go to the well and get some water because my big water jars are empty. So I'll be doing that before it gets dark. There's a boy peeping out. Oh, Jack is such a lovely, uncomplicated soul, honestly. I'm so glad that I have Jack as my constant companion. Because more often than not, I'm not going to go on a rant, but let me just say this. More often than not, the human race bewilders me. I have always felt a fair bit apart from the whole shenanigans of people and what they do and what they get up to, and the little cliques and the little exclusions and who do we include, who do we exclude. Let me just spout my opinion on this or that. The internet, of course, can be a bit of a bugbear because I do insist upon sharing this place on so many social media platforms. There have been people who've tried to lure me onto Instagram, but I've refrained. I've said no. Twitter, Facebook, my website, which is my joy, of course, and YouTube is enough. I remember when Queen Elizabeth, I think it was acted... Yeah, that incredible series that was acted out by Glenda Jackson. She was Queen Elizabeth and she said, "Enough!" And everyone shut up. That's how I'm feeling today, Jack. Yeah. That's how I'm feeling today. And I was thinking this morning, when I was in bed, I was just thinking to myself, I remember, being a child, I remember growing up, and all I ever wanted to do was to create gardens. You know that? I wanted to be able to see the beauty again. I mean, if there is such a thing as reincarnation, I must have skipped about 2 centuries. And plopped into, 9 Fairmount Terrace, Gallows Hill, Oma. That's probably why I didn't speak till I was 3 years old. I was probably in shock. Oh, how happy it is to live on my own. But of course, at Bealtaine Cottage, I'm not on my own, am I? There we go, there's your answer. Oh, I'll go in and get that soup on now. Okay, I'm so distracted with the annoyance in my head that I can't remember whether I told you where you can find the recipes. Both the soup and the bread recipe are in my book, The Bealtaine Cottage Guide to the Deep Midwinter. Well, it's more of a booklet than a book. But anyway, they're both in there. And it's the same recipe I use every time for the bread and the same recipe I use every time for the soup. I may put a few different ingredients in. So this one I've put in pumpkin seed and milled linseed. In fact, I'll show you. Milled linseed, well, another name for it is flaxseed. Oh, hang on. There we go. Flaxseed, okay? So it'll give the bread a nice kind of a reddish, brownish hue. It smells gorgeous, by the way. Now I'm just putting a damp, fairly damp, not even damp really, because it's dried out a bit, tea towel over the top. And the soup is on the go. It hasn't yet come to the pressure point, so it's got about 25 minutes to do. So I'm starving. I'm really starving. I'm looking forward to this. Last night I had some soup, which I'd made the previous day. And what I did, because I was too tired to make a dinner, but I thought, what can I do just to kind of fill that gap? So I took the rest of the soup, which was more or less the same recipe I'm using today with the spinach in it, and I heated that up, and then I poured that over what was a small bowl of chickpeas, cooked chickpeas, obviously. Got to say these things because there's always one person who says, "Did you cook the chickpeas first?" And then what I did, and this is my secret ingredient for jazzing up basically any kind of food: smoked paprika. So I sprinkled some of that on the top of the hot soup and chickpeas, and it was just such a gorgeous meal. I loved it. It was beautiful. So I'm going to be using some paprika, I think, on the top of the soup. I just sprinkle it on like you would do pepper. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to say blessings to you all, and have a lovely evening. I hope to upload this today, yes. If I don't get it uploaded today, which is Wednesday, the 24th, I will definitely upload it tomorrow. Blessings to you all. So this is Thursday. Thursday, about 1 o'clock, I think. I've been over in the tunnel. I've been rearranging things, yes. The usual stuff, as if I haven't got enough to do. I'm hauling pieces of furniture hither and thither. Anyway, I thought I'd bring the other bench and the Singer sewing machine table over here to the tunnel and get them weatherproofed with the garden paint. I've put one coat on this already. Oh, sorry about that, I was just sat down. Do excuse me. So this is the new ensemble here in the tunnel. So as I was doing this and then making a Facebook Live, and I got a phone call from the printers. My printers in Carrick, because I believe in local, keep things local. And my printers in Carrick rang me up to say, "Your order, a cottage in 3 acres, is now complete. It's all been printed. It's ready to deliver, and we'll deliver today at 12 o'clock, midday." So, I think it was only about 12:05 when Mick pulled up in his van, and together we unloaded all the boxes of books. So just in time, because I did say to people who'd ordered the book, and of course it wasn't here to post, I said I will be posting this out on Friday the 26th. So that's not bad. I've actually kept it within what I promised. Well, you know, circumstances have worked out that way. So I'm going to be posting all those books tomorrow. I'll just show you. It's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. Oh, and by the way, that soup was delicious. And the bread, I'll just show you the bread. I'll try and wrap this up as quickly as possible because the longer the video, the longer it takes to upload. It can go into hours. This is my beautiful bread, look. Isn't that lovely? And I don't need a bread bin because I just keep it in the pot that I baked it in, you see? There we go. And, yes, we're very pleased to show you the books. Ta-da! Here we go. All ready to post out, so I'm delighted. Now that is a big pile of books, and that should keep me posting books for about a year, I'd say. So, thank you to everyone who has ordered the book and kept the faith when I've said, well, it'll be, you know, it'll be 2 weeks, 4 weeks. But the final date that I gave everyone has come out to be correct, and thank you. All being posted tomorrow from my local village post office over at Ballyfarnan. So blessings to you all, and I will definitely get this uploaded. Blessings.